Hi. Hi, everybody. Hi, hold on. Another day, another restriction. Meanwhile, I can't control my brain. I tell you anything, true or fiction, anything to stop this hurricane. Big push, meditation, but I can't seem to unwind. Let it go, your frustration. I ain't too good at natural peace of mind. Hi. Hi, Shannon. We'll do a little fade. Hi, everybody. I'm Dan Israel. Welcome. My daughter cut my hair again. She said that I had a mullet and that was unacceptable. So I let her cut my hair some more. And, well, there you go. This is it. Hope you like it. So this is sort of my release show. That's, you know, it is and it isn't. We're actually going to do well, we hope we're going to do a release show November 14th. As I drink out of my Dan mug. Everyone should have a mug with their name on it. Unfortunately, you can't quite see it here, but it supposedly translates my name into other languages, but it's completely wrong. You probably can't really see, but it basically just writes my name in various different scripts and claims to be translating it into those languages. But I still am proud to have a Dan mug. Anyway, hi everybody, welcome. Sorry about my hair, or maybe you like it. I don't know. So this is sort of like the release show, but really it's just another live stream show. I am going to try to do a couple songs from the new album, and I wanted to tell you that the new album, Social Distance Anxiety Disorder, over here, actually comes out for real this Friday, May 22nd. It'll be on Spotify and Pandora and Amazon and all that kind of stuff Friday. As far as buying physical copies, CD Baby is where I used to sell all the physical copies, and they shut down their store this year, but you can still sort of buy it. You just can't buy it directly from CD Baby. Basically, if you want a copy and you don't have one yet, contact me and I'll get you one. We just got the news this week that some of the record stores are opening back up with some restrictions in the Twin Cities. So I'm going to try to get around to some of the stores and get it in some stores too. I don't think Electric Fetus doesn't open until next week, but here in the Twin Cities, it shouldn't be too long before you can buy that new record in some stores, but I'll let you know. Let's get to the music, huh? How's the setup here today? Let's hope. Oh, before I go any further, sorry for last week. My phone is like jammed with data, and I tried to make it a point this week to clear out some of the photos and video that was clogging up my phone. Let's hope we make it through the hour without another snafu. If you didn't watch last week, what happened was I got about 37 minutes into my show and that was it. My phone stopped working. It was like jammed up with data. And what are you gonna do, right? I'm not like some tech guy. In fact, I'm kind of a hoarder of data, so that's probably why that happened, but I tried to clear stuff off. Excuse me. Anyway, let's get on with it. We're going to start out with a request. This is a request from Stephanie. Stephanie is my niece, in case you don't know. She's requesting songs every week, and this time she went to a different album. This is from Crosstown Traveler. This is I'd Never Make It Through. This is for Stephanie.
Sometimes I don't see my chances growing. The night gets so dark I can't see through. You are the reason I keep going. I never make it through without you. You came along when I was fading, lifted me up and made me strong, parted the storm clouds that were shading, gave me a reason to keep on. You know I'm falling down without you around. The world seems so empty and so cold. The smile on my face in this lonely place, without you in my arms to hold. Mama, good signs can sneak right by you. Don't let the good life slip away. Keep the ones you care about beside you. Tell them that you love them every day. You know I've been down there, boats of despair, hanging on for life on rocky sea. But you, my child, made me smile, delivered me from a world of misery. All right. Whoa. I ain't looking back, there ain't no reason. The love I have for you was made to last. We will be together through the seasons. All that broke my heart now in the past. Yeah, all that broke my heart now in the past.
All right, that was a song that I wrote about my barber, that being my daughter, when she was little. Now she's in middle school. And yeah, she cut my hair twice now. She didn't like that I had a mullet, even though she had kind of created the mullet. She felt she wanted to smooth that out. So now this is really the first time I've done this show when it's been warm out, really quite warm. I do have air conditioning, but I didn't put it on, so you're gonna see me perspire a little bit here. I did put a fan on, but I just didn't want to run the air yet. I'm not ready. I might be ready soon. Anyway, thank you everybody. Welcome. I'm Dan Israel. This is my weekly show that is now, this week is kind of like a release show for my new album. And on that note, yes, I want to tell you about, yes, Frampton Comes Alive. Gotta have that. I want to tell you about the new music video. It just came out today. If you haven't watched it, if you are not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, that'd be a way to always be up to date. Maybe you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can just search for it. Or you can just look anywhere on any of my social media today, because I posted the link on YouTube and I uploaded organically, and it's a music video for A Little Bit of Your Love from the new album. It's made by my friend Steve Cohn, and it features me and Rich Mattson and Al Oikery, who played lap steel on that song. He played keyboards on a lot of the rest of the record. And Chris Petrak was the drummer on that song. Chris is from Hibbing. Might be somebody famous from Hibbing. I can't think who that, no, I'm just kidding. We all know it's Bob Dylan. I will be doing a Bob Dylan song, but for now I'm going to do a Tom Petty song. Imagine that, me doing a Tom Petty song. So anyway, go watch that video after this is over, because we put a lot of effort into making a video during the pandemic, and it was not easy. Maybe you can figure out how we did some of it, but most of it was not done in person. So I hope you can watch that video and share it with your friends. I'm not really collecting a lot of tips these days. I would love if you would buy the album or listen to it on Bandcamp or share it with other people. If you really do want to tip me, that's okay, you can. You can tip me at on Venmo at Dan Israel Music, or PayPal danmyspace@gmail.com. And I also have a GoFundMe that you can Google to find. You just Google Dan Israel and GoFundMe. All right.
You better watch what you say. You better watch what you do to me. Don't get carried away. Good, you can do better than me. Go. Yeah, go. But remember, good love is hard to find. Good love is hard to find. You got lucky, babe. You got lucky, babe. When I found you,
So, a little Tom Petty for you. That is always kind of a strange song to hear without all the synthesizers. But, like so many Tom Petty songs, when you strip everything else away, it's still a great song. Okay, I'm going to play one from the new record. Hold on. Gonna switch guitars. How y'all doing out there? Hope everybody's good. Glad you saw, some of you saw the video already. And I hope you all can check it out. These music videos are, we feel that as musicians we kind of have to, well, I always like music videos. Speaking of You Got Lucky, a song that we may never have heard if it weren't for the music video. No, we would have heard it, but the music video made it an even bigger hit than it already was. And it was a very memorable music video. Try to make them fun. I was a film major in college, so what I didn't forget, I try to bring a little of that sensibility of my love of movies and everything to making music videos. Even though I'm not the director, but I do have input. All right, so one of the songs on the new record, this one I'm about to play, got a little bit of airplay on The Current, on the local show. That doesn't sound in tune. Always tune up before you go on the air, people. And that was nice. If you have a moment to request a song on the radio, either on The Current or whatever your radio station is in your town, and if you think they could use a copy of my album, let me know. I can send it to them. But that kind of thing always helps build the buzz. So if you want to request, this song is called Trying for a Long Time. As soon as I get in tune. I thought I tuned all my guitars. Sorry, folks. Putting a capo on messes it up anyway, so probably wouldn't have mattered. But oh, and this song, I've been told I should do more storytelling. It's hard when you're kind of thinking about the next thing, but this song, I wrote it about my trip to Europe, my little tour I did at the end of 2018. It's kind of a long story, but just to sort of sum up, at the end of the trip I had a chance to go to Sweden. Well, I decided to go to Sweden from Germany. It turned out to be a little longer drive than I bargained for. I went up to see my friend Joel Bremer, who's a violin player, an amazing violin player. And I was just exhausted. I'd been in Europe for a month, and I was on the drive up. I really didn't know what I was getting into, and it turned out to be a very difficult drive, and it was dark and rainy and snowy and icy, and I was in Sweden. I'd never been to Scandinavia, and I had been touring for a whole month. I was just exhausted from I'd been on tour. The past few days had been a lot of dates on the tour, and then at the very end I had these 5 days, and I got into Sweden, and I couldn't, it was like I couldn't make it all the way to Stockholm. I was about to give up for a while. I pulled over to a rest stop, and but I got to this lake. It's called Vattern. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's like a great lake in Sweden, and the sky just cleared and everything got beautiful, and I saw this beautiful lake, and I just sort of, everything sort of felt spiritual, and I felt whole again. And it's hard. Basically, the song's about not being able to explain feelings like that when you just have this moment of everything kind of coming together at once for you. And then I kept trying to remember, what was it when I got home? I was like, why did I feel so liberated, and what was it that happened there? And I don't even really know, but it felt like a mystical, spiritual experience, so I wrote a song about it. All right.
Tell you about this thing that I want and I can't find. just for a brief moment there was no need to be troubled, wanting to hold on and bring it for a long time, long, long time, long, long time. I can't win it, can't seem to spin it anyway around the Benjamin Road. I can't see it, no, can't believe it, can't talk about it in a way that anyone knows. It was there, I could sway and it felt, never came convincing the divine. I could see the mystery, but I lost sight of whatever it was that made me feel so fine. Whatever it was that made me feel so fine. Long, long time, long, long time. I've been trying to explain it for a long time. I've been trying to explain it for a long time. Long, 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 long time. I've been trying to explain it for a long time. I've been trying to explain it for a long time.
Sounds a little better on the record. That one's a little tough to pull off in my living room, but I hope you'll check out the recorded version because it's track 5, I think. Yeah. Anyway, hi everybody. I'm gonna tune up here again. This guitar is a little troublesome tonight. So, well, we'll switch anyway. Hang on. No guitar techs here. It's all me. So I've been doing these live streams now for since March. It's been very interesting. Not always, you know, it has its ups and its downs, but I do have a real show on June 6th. Kind of a real show. I'm going into the Richfield Historical Society. Doug is posting on here, so I'm just making sure I get the details right. From 1 to 3 p.m. it's going to be a virtual show, so it'll be broadcast over the internets. And that's June 6th, 1 to 3 p.m. in the Richfield Historical Society. Okay. I'm trying to work in a lot of stuff here today, so let's try this one. What else am I going to tell you? I have a new album, a new video, and we'll see what happens this summer, because I don't know if some of the shows have been canceled and some I haven't heard about yet. For example, I'm supposed to have a folk festival in St. Louis Park. I think it's my 6th or 7th annual folk festival. Dan Israel and Friends is July 11th. We don't know yet if it's happening or not. So for now it's happening. Oh, by the way, if you want to share this, that would be great. Sometimes I forget to say that, but if you want to hit the share button, if there's anybody you want to tell about this, you can send them the link. Okay, I'm going to do a Bob Dylan song.
Throw my ticket out the window. Throw my suitcase out there too. Throw my troubles out the door. I don't need them anymore. 'Cause tonight I'll be staying here with you. I should have left this town this morning. But it was more than I could do. your love comes on so strong, and I've waited all day long for tonight when I'll be staying here with you. Is it really any wonder the love that a stranger might receive? You cast your spell and I went under. I find it so difficult to leave. I can hear that whistle blowing. See that station master too. If there's a poor boy on the street, then let him have my seat. But tonight I'll be staying here with you. Throw my ticket out the window. Throw my suitcase out there too. Throw my troubles out the door. I don't need them anymore. Just tonight I'll be staying here with you.
All right, that was Bob Dylan. Oh, that's a good request, Jeff. Well, I might do a Peter song. We'll hold off on that for now, but might do a song by Peter Himmelman. I think I still know one. We'll see what I got in my bag of tricks. All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Dan Israel. Dan, as you can see here on this handy mug. And I'm going to play you another one of my songs. Now, we got a request. I've been trying to honor some requests that have been coming in for older songs of mine that I haven't played in a while. And this is definitely one we used to do as a band, and I haven't done it in a while, but I did go over it today, so hopefully I know what I'm doing. Let's see here. This is called Windowsill. It's on the Time I Get Home album. I'm sitting on the windowsill, just waiting for life to begin. I'm waiting here for somebody to tell me who I am. Back then it was the shimmering up there on some hill. Far away it was glimmering, hangs around here still. Down sometimes, it's down you go, by land or on the sea. No excuses that I know for my apology. Well, I'm sitting in the VIP lounge, no one looks famous to me. Well, I finally quit giving a shit, but no one
I'm sitting on the windowsill, battling with the blues, and I never wrestled with so much or had as much to do.
Alright, that's Windowsill, solo acoustic. You really need to hear the recorded version of that because Dave Russ does the most amazing John Bonham-like fill towards the end of the song. If you're looking for it, you have to look for, well, you can look for Dan Israel Windowsill, but it's on a combined digital album called Time I Get to Cedar Lake. I combined my 2002 acoustic album Cedar Lake with Time I Get Home from 2004 into one digital thing. So if you go on Spotify or whatever, it's called Dan Israel Time I Get to Cedar Lake. You'll get a double album of mine, probably a lot of stuff you never heard before. And those are two good, well, I think they're pretty good records of mine from the early OOs that were not digitally available for a long time for various reasons, but it's a long story. But that song is a little bit about, well, there's a line in it that I'm sort of expressing frustration that I stopped caring and nobody seems to notice that I stopped caring. But it's not easy for me to not care. I always care a little too much about everything, but that's part of my problem. But that's, I'm going to transition out of self-analysis here for a moment to play you a little bit more of a historical perspective song. This is well, this artist was a request for Paul. Paul made a great request, and there was one song that came to mind first that I was going to play, and I just decided to do a different one, so I'm building this up. It's World Party. You get to hear my falsetto, whether you like it or not.
Many years ago, he looked out through a glassless window. All that he could see was back along beautiful green fields, dreams, none to measure the stars. But there was a worry in his heart. He said, how could it come to this? I'm really worried about living. How could it come to this? Yeah, we really want to know how.
Sorry, it's a little tricky.
Is it like today? Oh, oh. And there came a day he moved out across the Mediterranean into Western Isles, and the Greek young men with their silver beards, they laughed. Unknown of the universe, they could just sit and guess God's name. They said, how could it come to this? We're really worried about living. How could it it like today? Oh, oh. Then there followed days, kings, empires and revolution. Blood just looks the same when you open the vein. Sometimes it was fate, power, reason as the cornerstone, but the good crowd has never left his faith. He said, how could it come to this? We're living in hindsight. How could it come to this? Yeah, we really want to know about it. Is it like today? Oh, oh. Is it like today? Oh, oh.
All right. Sounded okay when I played it on my porch and did my falsetto, but then I got into the thick of it and I was like, should I really be singing the choruses falsetto? But you're a forgiving bunch, hopefully. Hope you enjoyed that. Paul, that was for you. Oh, good, you're doing harmony. I hope. Hey, now I have a request that I was actually going to play anyway of one of my songs. Thank you, Jim. How y'all doing out there? It's sort of a solitary, non-solitary experience playing these shows when I can see you all, but I can't really see you. But thank you for tuning in. I'm going to play a Dan Israel song from 2007. It's also on my greatest hits. It's on that Turning album. Counting on You.
Thinking now it's time I told you so. How much I need you, don't ever let me go. Sometimes I'm doubting everything that's true. I only want to hang around with you. All in all, I'm really not that strong. Reassurances needed before long. You're my lifeblood, without on skin and bone. I know that I can't make it on my own. Yes, it's true that I'm counting on you. The subtlety, no, it's all I can do. I'm heading home with some new hope inside. And I'm counting on you till the end of the line. Counting on you to leave me behind. Confidence flash, rays of hope eclipse. And every good word uttered from my lips reserves, they're all gone. The flame is flickering out. Wake me up, just rub your hands and shout. Yes, it's true that I'm counting on you. The subtlety, no, it's all I can do. I'm heading home with some new hope inside. And I'm counting on you till the end of the line. Counting on you, don't you leave me behind. Counting on you till the end of the line. Counting on you, don't you leave me behind.
All right, that was Counting on You. Returning. Hi, Jan and Charlie. Want to say hi to some people here. We got friends watching, and I want to give a few shout outs. Scott, thank you. Let's see. Trent. Oh my gosh. Long lost friends. Hi. People I haven't talked to in a while. Hi. I miss you all. Maybe we'll all get to hang out again sometime, huh? That would be cool. I picked some lilacs, and I'm gonna do a song with lilacs in it before this show is over, because I'm kind of obsessed with lilacs. I think it's the smell. I'm just gonna smell these lilacs. Hang on. I grew up with lilac bushes all around my house and on Highway 100, and I went over the other day to the beehive. You know the beehive on Highway 100? You probably passed it a million times. It's the big, looks like a igloo. If you're from the Twin Cities or ever lived here, you saw that thing, I guarantee it. Anyway, they moved it, but it's still in St. Louis Park. And I don't know, it's really nostalgic. That Highway 100 was built in the 30s. It was, at least some of that was a WPA project, a New Deal project. And it's kind of fascinating. Grew up next to this highway that I didn't know anything about, and how it was built, and how it was part of the Depression and the New Deal and all that. One thing I want to tell you about too is that, yeah, Lilac Way, exactly. Hi, Marcy. I wanted to tell you to watch this other thing I did. So I went to Fargo in January, which is always a great idea. Always a great idea to go to Fargo in January. This time it was especially a great idea because I got stuck in a blizzard on the way back. But that's not important right now. What's important is that I recorded basically almost a half-hour segment for, it's called Prairie Musicians for Prairie Public Television in Fargo. And it airs I think it already goes on like in Winnipeg, and they put it all over the Dakotas on public television, but it might get picked up here, but you can watch it on YouTube. And I'm going to post that link and my music video link when the show's over. I'm going to post both those links on the show page. Maybe I'll put them up on my Facebook pages too, just so you can make sure you find them. But I really would love if people could see this, because it was amazingly well done. It's a great thing. It's a legacy funded thing. Anyway, you get the point. All right, here's a song this is one of the first songs I ever learned, and there's a local angle since the guy who did this song was from Albert Lee, Minnesota originally.
I'm gonna raise a fuss, I'm gonna raise a holler about working all summer just trying to earn a dollar. Every time I call my baby trying to get a date, my boss says, no dice, son, you gotta work late. Sometimes I wonder what I'm gonna do, but there ain't no cure for the summertime blues. But my mama and papa told me, son, you gotta make some money. If you wanna use a car to go riding next Sunday. Well, I didn't go to work till the boss I was sick. Now you can't use a car cause you didn't work a lick. Sometimes I wonder what I'm gonna do, but there ain't no cure for the summertime blues. Gonna take 2 weeks, gonna have a fine vacation. Gonna take my problem to the United Nations. Well, I called my congressman, he said, whoa, I'd like to help you, son, but you're too young to vote. Sometimes I wonder what I'm gonna do, but there ain't no cure for the summertime blues.
Little Eddie Cochran for you. That was, of course, famously covered by The Who, Blue Cheer. There's probably a million other covers of Summertime Blues out there, but now you have the Dan Israel version. Okay, now I'm going to go into the Wayback Machine. And I'm going to play a song from Mama's Kitchen, my album from 1999. And I did not write this song by myself. I co-wrote it with somebody who is really getting well known in Nashville these days. And his name is Noel McKay. He and Brennan Lee, they have played here in town. It was recently, I think it was less than a year ago. They played at the Ryder Homestead in Delano, which is a great venue. David Dennison runs that. He's awesome. He's a great supporter of music, local and otherwise. So, but Noel, I met Noel McKay when I lived in Austin, Texas. He had a band at the time called the Laughing Dogs. They later became the Laughing, and then morphed into the McKay Brothers, and now it's the McKay Brothers still play. Noel and his brother Holland, and then Noel and Brennan Lee played together a lot, and they're amazing, and hopefully they'll be back here in town. Point is, when I lived in Austin, Noel joined my band, Potter's Field. Sort of was like he was the fifth Potter's Field. He and Bobby Sheehan were both in the Laughing Dogs, but then they helped flesh out our band, Potter's Field. Bobby was the drummer, and Noel was the lead guitar player. And when I moved back to Minnesota in '95, Noel and I kept in touch. We still keep in touch, but he sent me a song fragment and said, see if you can write something around this. So Noel wrote the beginning, and then I took it from there. So this is one of my few co-writes, and it's with a really great songwriter in Nashville. He's in Nashville now. He used to be in Austin. Anyway, I'm going to play it for you. One more side note, though, is that years ago, I don't know if you're all familiar with Joe Souchere, kind of a conservative-leaning talk radio host here in town, but I used to listen to him sometimes, and not necessarily for the politics, but maybe in spite of. But we sent him this Mama's Kitchen album as bumper music, potential bumper music, to play in between segments on KSTP AM. And Joe went through the album on the air, and when he heard the first line of this song, he stopped the tape and he said, I don't do songs about parents, because it says parents in the first line. So there's your long drawn out story. I don't know if it was any, but anyway, the reason I want to play this song, despite all that preamble, is that it's all these kids are graduating without a graduation ceremony, and it makes me kind of sad. My kids aren't that age, but I know that that's a real big thing to miss out on. And this is just like, this time of year is always like carried a lot of emotion for me. And I think for a lot of people, it's like the lilacs come out in Minnesota, like we come back to life in the spring, and then it's summer all of a sudden, and for a lot of kids it's graduation time, and that's just sort of what this was trying to capture some of. So, and it was also about moving back home after college, all kinds of things. But it's called Graduation Day. It's on Mama's Kitchen from 1999.
We inherited your parents' sofa. When they're dead, they have your parents over. They complain about the stain left there by my coffee cup, and but if I get back in the nest, yes, maybe you needed a rest from all the games and all the names you had to halls, it felt so small already. Junior high, you threw your books in the gym, and the buses, all your friends were screaming. Waved goodbye time for summer camps and keggers soon. So now you must progress. We all wish you great success. Hope you listen well to what we say. And the moving truck is gone. The radio plays summer songs, and it feels just like graduation day. Yeah, it feels just like graduation day. Woo!
Oh, that song. I haven't played it in years, other than maybe practicing it here for a minute. I just wanted to say, the last verse talks about, we went in the last day of 6th grade, last day of elementary school. Somehow I managed to ride my bike up and down the halls of my elementary school. I don't know how or why that happened, but that is the memory I was evoking there. And then in junior high, on the last day one year, we all went in the gym and threw our books at the wall. So, good times, right? That graduation day from Mama's Kitchen, 1999. That gave me some nostalgic feelings to play that again. All right, so we had a request for this band. This is not the song that was requested, but I hope this will work. Oh wow, we're getting along here. Okay. Well, thank you all for tuning in. I've been thinking that, and I know some people watch every week, and this might be, I don't want to disappoint you, but I've been thinking of taking a week off from doing this just because, but I'm not sure I'm going to actually do that, so I'll let you know. It's not like I'm that busy, but I thought maybe it'd be good to let it sit for a week. But then again, it's kind of nice to do this every week, and then people kind of know that it's here. If you can watch, you watch when it's live, or a lot of people watch after the fact. I actually just found this article that said that like most people actually watch Facebook Live shows not live. Like somewhere I saw the statistic. So I always try to put the link up in case you miss it live or miss some of it. You can watch it later. All right, this is for Kristen. Kristen requested REM. I know it was a different song, but
Walls you build up, stone by stone. Fields divided one by one. And the train conductor says, take a break, driver rate, take a break. You've been on this ship too long. And the train conductor says, take a break, driver rate, take a break. We can reach our destination. Still a ways away, but it's still a ways away. Soft tree house on the outskirts of the farm. Power lines have floaters so the airplanes won't get snagged. Bells are ringing in town again. Children look up, all they hear are sky blue bells ringing. And the train conductor says, take a break, driver rate, take a break. We can reach our destination. Still a ways away, but it's still a ways away, but it's still our destination. Still a ways away, but it's still a ways away, but it's still a ways away.
That was close. That third verse, it's so weird. Michael Stipe sometimes, you know what I'm saying. Write some oddball lyrics. All right. Not that we knew what any of them were until about their 5th album, but it's kind of like Mick Jagger. I would just sing what I thought I heard Michael Stipe singing, even if it wasn't close to it. I was getting something like the syllables. But now with the internet, now who knows if they're all even right on the internet. But by now, a lot of them have been vetted. Every once in a while, I'll print out lyrics from the internet and go, that is not what he's saying or she's saying. It's kind of hilarious. Okay. Sometimes. All right. I'm going to play the Song of the Year from the Minnesota Music Awards in 2005. By me. This is from Time I Get Home album. Come to Me.
Come to me when you need somebody. Come to me when you need someone. When people are no help, if you're lucky, when you're on the run. Every day I live right through it, the sheer indifference of everyone. Come to me when you're standing alone under the sun. I'm hungry for an answer, which way I'm supposed to go. Days, weeks, and months go by when I don't know. Nothing up front is moving, I'm just stuck here in line, zigzagging, running shorter on my time. Come to me when you see no future. Come to me when you lost all hope. Come to me when all you do ain't enough to cope. Don't ask me for no favors, I'm much too dazed to steal. Come to me when you just need someone to hear. It's coming up behind